where are we going?
Well, Paul, Larkhall Thistle versus Blantyre Victoria. You ever seen either of those teams?
I don't think so. I think if I have, I've written them out of my memory.
Right. Well, let's hope today's maybe more memorable. I'm trying to think the last time I went to a game with you it must have been Arthur Le Pollock a couple of years ago.
Yes, which is one of the only games in my footballing following career that I've left early. It was pouring with rain.
It was pouring with rain, yeah.
Yeah. And to be fair, we had your dad with you and with us, and it wasn't much fun for him, I don't think.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a great day.
It wasn't much fun for us, but you know.
Yeah, we were able to deal with it. No, it wasn't ideal, but it's it's sunny at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, it is cold. You've sensibly got a woolly hat with you.
Got a woolly hat. I've got a scarf. I've got gloves. Last minute gloves.
Even though it's cold, spring is kind of in the air. You know, we're getting towards the end of the season. There's a lot of buses around. There's lots of football on in the west of Scotland today. So I'm looking forward to it. This is one of the oldest grounds in Scotland. They've got a structure there which I think is, if not the oldest, one of the oldest kind of covered enclosure. And it's I think it's the only junior ground that's hosted the Junior Cup final twice. So,
bit of history.
And they're the oldest continuous junior club in Scotland. So I don't know what's happened to another club to make them not be the most continuous. However,
right.
That was the stat I read this morning. So So I'm looking forward to it.
So that's the history of the club, but we're also making history today, aren't we, Jamie?
We are. So this will be my 100th Scottish stadium. I asked my mum earlier if she was proud of me. I'd made it to 100 Scottish grounds. So, but yeah. So I'm looking. That's another small milestone. I did my 150th overall in Hamburg just at the start of March. So
right.
So I've been on 99 Scottish grounds for a wee while. So good to get onto 100. How many Scottish grounds do you think you've been at?
Not enough. Not enough really. I've never added them up really. I know what kind of man does that make me if I've not made a list. When I told Peg, my wife, that this was your 100th ground, she said, "What is it with men and lists?"
That's a good point. You need to get the Footballogy app, and you spent many hours over many weeks going through like football, obviously mostly Rangers games, but other games as well. And what it's also good on a day you look at it, it'll tell you what game you were at on this date various years ago. So on this date years ago I was at the Clyde Bank game at their old stadium, Kilbowie Park, which is now no longer there. Watching my pal Gibby playing for them, so it does bring up the odd memory, and it helps you I quite like just searching around, and I sort of enjoy the planning of these off matches and trips and stuff. So it's
I think it's a great thing. No, I'm trying to think. I haven't been to that many, but I've obviously been a few. Been to Nilston with you and Beath with you, and
Arthur Lee, of course.
Arthur Lee a couple of times. Yeah.
You've been to Ibrox with me. And Hampden. Not together. We were obviously we didn't have tickets in the same place, unfortunately. But you've been down to Morton as well, have you?
Yes. Yeah. I've been to Morton a couple of times actually.
Yeah. What about the other ones in Glasgow? Thistle?
Yeah, I've been to Thistle. Obviously St Mirren many times.
Fair enough,
yeah, I've been to Celtic. I was just telling the story last night about the time I went to Celtic with a sort of godson of mine. I think they were playing Motherwell. It was not packed by any means, and because I bought the tickets for me, he said, "Right, Paul, I'm going to get the pies at half time." Didn't have any pies. didn't have the pies ready.
No,
that is
didn't have them
literally
ready.
that's a one job, isn't it? A one job situation, isn't it? Yeah.
They've got.
I wonder what time I should get the pies ready.
Maybe halfway through the second half.
Yeah, that'll be when most people will be running.
Well, it's funny. I think often, no matter, often in stadiums, you sort of need to eat before the game. We went to Everton's new stadium.
Yeah.
And they sort of we were really pushed for time. I've got an electric car now, so we had to stop and charge it on the way there.
Yeah.
And it was like -2, so it's harder on the battery. And we had to go. It was like just a little bit between two junctions, but it involved like a 45-minute trip through the Lake District, which at 7:30 in the morning, when it's frozen, is very beautiful. However, I didn't really need it at that moment. And so as we walked in, Z Car started playing, which is the tune that Everton come out to. So but they sort of warned us, you should just get your food now, because at half time it'll be slim pickings. But I thought,
and that was that the new ground.
The new ground, yeah. It's I guess it's, I don't know. We managed to get some kind of corporate seat, which was nice, but and you got some food included with it, and it's like a bar and stuff. I don't know what you feel. Obviously, your team is in the English Premiership, and they've got a nice new stadium, Tottenham as well. I thought the Everton stadium was really beautiful, and we were in this. You go down it, it's like a pub, and it was very comfortable. And I thought, this is too comfortable. Like, it wasn't a great game, and it was just people standing there rather than being like watching it and with their own eyes. And sort of, I don't know how do you think? What do you think of this sort of, some up in Scotland we might disparagingly call it the tourist league?
Yeah, well, I think you have to be a little bit careful. I think when you're talking about the tourists going to football, because like until quite recently, quite a lot of those people going to Spurs were from South Korea. And they have got as much right to go and see their hero, Heung-min Son, as any Spurs fans. But you also hear that the powers that be that run football clubs would rather have people like that, one-time visitors, going to the ground, because they're going once, it's a big treat for them. They're going to go to the shop and buy loads of shirts and loads of memorabilia, whereas a season ticket holder is going to not do that because they go every week, even if they don't want to. In the case of Spurs, the ground, those new grounds are very, very comfortable, but they're designed to make people spend money. And it's funny that the things you most hear about, well, let's say, I'm going to call it White Hart Lane, even though it's not supposed to be called that anymore, the new Tottenham Hotspur ground, is all the jokes about the fact that there's a brewery there and a cheese room. But also what is true is that there's this thing where you order a pint of Guinness and it fills the glass up from underneath. It takes 2 seconds and everything. So, and they say that on a good day when Spurs have won, and then we've many of those recently, they make £500,000 just on the bar. Right. That's obviously what the plan is. Is to build a big stadium that people want to go to before the game and stay out after the game and spend loads of money. But the idea is that money's supposed to be pumped back into the football team, which it doesn't look like it has been really. Anyway, I think if Spurs ever get back to winning ways, it will become a really, really good stadium for them to win in. Just
to get that bit going first.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's funny because I think we're both on this Facebook page, European Football Weekends, and there's definitely some disparaging towards the English Premiership, and it's because there's lots of tourists. And I think to myself, this entire page is dedicated to going to, whether it's Larkhall Thistle or whether it's the Belgrade Derby or whatever. It's and taking pictures, and that's sort of. So I sort of think it's the same. It's kind of the same difference whether you're watching Liverpool or whether you're watching, Armenia, Bratislava, or something that's apparently a bit cooler. I don't know.
And I did it like years and years ago, 1990, over Easter week, with a couple of mates, and we drove around. It was just England at the time, but we went to see a game a day, and I suppose you'd call that football tourism. But it was really easy then. You could, those are the times you could rock up at wasn't a Premiership then, I don't think, English League game and just get a ticket.
Yeah.
You know, I suppose you can't do that so easily now for lots of reasons.
Yeah. So we arrived in Larkhall. So yeah, I'm looking for. It's funny. I've been eyeing this up. As I say, I know it's a kind of an older stadium, and it's funny. There's a part of my head going, I'm going to cycle to this ground one day, but it
would have been quite a cycle, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Especially on a windy day like this.
On the motorway.
Yeah, on the motorway. Yeah, that's also got to be factored in. So great.
I bet they're going. Do you think they're going? They've got a kind of going to the football walk about them.
Big jackets.
Yeah,
on a windy day.
Yeah.
Always, when you're getting close, you always give me some reassurance of we're close to it, and B, we're on
the
time.
Game's on.
yeah, the game's on. So, Oh, we've made it to the promised land of Larkhall Thistle. This is Blantyre.
Yeah.
It's very cold.
It is very cold.
Yeah.
It's colder than I thought it would be.
Yeah. And you were prepared for cold as well, so that's cold.
Yeah. The wind is whistling through. But about to kick off.
Well, Paul, it's like Jeff Stelling to Chris Kamara. There's been a red card.
It's been a red card.
Not a substitute, straight red. The fella's
straight red. Yeah, it did seem to jump in. No VAR, no playback. So
just have to accept it.
Exactly. But there wasn't much to complain. So no goals, but a red card. It's been all. Oh no, there's another one.
Yeah. Left, as they say, left a bit on him.
It's left something there. It's been all Blantyre so far, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But they had the win with them in the first half, so we'll see.
It was what happens. You had a pie at half time. How did it compare to some of the other ones you've had round the ground?
It was a pie.
It was a pie.
It was pretty good actually.
Yeah.
I think you always appreciate a pie more on a cold day. It's really cold.
It's freezing, It's totally freezing.
Yeah. Appreciated that. How was the Galaxy?
The Galaxy was tremendous. Thank you very much. I haven't had a Galaxy for a long time. It was very good. So
other chocolate bars are available.
They are,
but not in this shop.
Not in this shop. It's good though. It's good.
Yeah.
It was, but not a bad game so far. Just
actually, it's been quite entertaining.
Yeah.
They've been playing football on the ground. They've not been hoofing back and forth.
A few, as I say, it's tricky conditions. It's a cold day. It's really windy. These guys are just playing. They love playing football. Really, it's sort of as like in its purest form in a way. If you know what I mean, so no, great. Okay, well, we're about 5 minutes into it now.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah. Larkhall down to 10 men.
Larkhall down.
Everything to play for.
Well, Paul.
Well.
It's all happening. It's about 20 minutes gone in the second half, and well, as we said the last time, Larkhall down to 10 men, then scored a pretty sensational goal.
It was a remarkable goal. So run, I think started in his own half, down the right wing, beat about 3 players, crossed it, kind of back heel by the next player over the head of the final defender, and then nodded in by the bloke who scored.
Off the post. So, and they're hanging on field. I'd say they're quite comfortable.
they're playing a much better since they've gone down to 10 men.
Yeah.
Although Blantyre have hit the bar twice, haven't they?
Yeah. So free kick in a one-day day like this, we've been talking about how you should just have a go, and the guy did, and we were right in line with it, and smashed the face of the bar. So
best view I've had of a free kick since Gaz's goal against Arsenal.
91, so 35 years.
Yeah.
Coming up for 35 years.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Schoolboys on stuff. That was the phrase. So. Well, 25 minutes to go. 1-0 for the home team. Penalty kick.
Penalty kick.
Larkhall.
Yeah.
And they've done brilliant in the second half. They've been down to 10 men since the first or second minute of the half. Now they've got a penalty, go 2 ahead.
Like 1-0 is well against the run of play. 2-0 is just ridiculous. But they have done well.
One down. One down.
He didn't get that right.
No, I did not. It's funny, when I was going, I went for a wee walk, take a picture there, and people were complimenting on his goal, and he says, "Oh, it's like Brian Shearer," and I thought, this is get a real character, a real talisman for them. And I was expecting.
Was it the goal scorer?
I think so, yeah.
Right.
I was expecting him to bust the net with it, but oh well, he's tamely put in the keeper's arms. There's hope for Blantyre yet.
How long have we got to go?
Well, we've got to go 3 or 4 minutes maybe. That really would have wrapped it up, but okay.
Wow.
Action-packed there, Paul. We've got
What a strange game of football.
cold and strange.
Cold. Larkhall Thistle. I suppose in a way, because of the way they played it, they deserved to win.
Definitely.
Took the one chance that they had.
Yeah.
Oh no, they didn't. They missed a penalty.
Could have made it more comfortable, but
Yeah.
They were defending sort of heroically towards the end as well. So.
Yeah. Blantyre missed a lot of chances, or didn't. Yeah.
Trooping off, they look disappointed.
To use a famous phrase, they lacked a bit of quality in the final third.
You've got a cutting edge.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Great stuff, well.
Game.
Good game.
Yeah. Happy with that as your
Stadium. 100th, yeah, it was good. 100th, good stadium, but lots of action, a red card, a missed penalty.
Yeah.
Pretty remarkable goal.
Yeah.
And
then number 10, Griezmann. Nice of him to turn up.
Griezmann came on as well, put in a shirt. So
Arsenal lost to Bournemouth.
Arsenal have lost. It's
a great day so far.
It's been good so far, and you need to wait for the first thing you did when you got in the stadium. You put on like 8 horses in the Grand National, so you're just...
Yeah, I think it's more like 16.
16.
Not all mine, for various people. So we'll find that out. Yeah.
Wait for 2 or 3 of them to come over the line and put a goal on the nice day.
Yeah.
Great stuff, alright. Well, let's head home and we'll get the Grand National on and we'll see a junior game near you before long.